In Genetic Apex, there are 3 cards that use art and inspiration from this very first set: Hitmonchan, Pikachu, and Kadabra. Of these 3, the most popular and well-known card art from those who played at the base set at the time is Hitmonchan. Hitmonchan is notorious in base set as part of probably the strongest deck at the time. Haymaker. The original Pokemon TCG meta was much different from how Pocket plays today, which benefited Hitmonchan greatly. First, energy isn't generated like it is in the game. Instead, you have to draw it as a card. Second, there are many more ways to interact with your opponent through cards such as energy removal and super energy removal. These 2 cards attack players' tempo, which drastically slows down the game and promotes attackers who are functionally immune to losing energy, like Hitmonchan. Hitmonchan could dish out 20 damage a turn at the cost of 1 fighting energy, and if the opponent tried to remove the energy, the player would just attach 1 again the following turn and continue to deal damage. This ensured that the Hitmonchan player would be up on damage and eventually prize cards, leading to a victory over the course of several turns. To current Pocket players, 20 damage is extremely low. However, at the time, HP values were much lower than the modern game, and damage values generally capped out around 60 to 80 damage with drawbacks or large amounts of setup required, instead of generally winning with huge damage swings turn 3 or 4 in Pocket. The illustration was done by Ken Sugimori, who is the primary character designer and art director for Pokemon. Very little was changed in the design to preserve Sugimori's image. However, Hitmonchan is noticeably a lower rarity than its holographic rare it was originally printed in, now being a 1-diamond common card. Besides being a rare card in base set, it also appeared in the Blackout theme deck. However, there were a few key changes to the card's game design. The changes that were made to the card's function represent the shift in design philosophy from 1996 all the way to 2024, with Hitmonchan now having only its jab attack at 30 base power instead of 20, and getting 10 HP and reducing its retreat cost by 1. As such, it is still within the theme of the original card, this being a quick attacker for low cost but also low damage. In the current metagame, this isn't enough to cut the mustard, and this once meta-defining threat is relegated to players' bulk binders in-game.